Hello and welcome to today's fun video. Today we are going to unbox and assemble 20 beautiful cards from start to finish. This is the all-inclusive Notes of Kindness kit from Stampin' Up. This kit is so fabulous. It includes everything that you need to create these 20 cards. It includes your stamp set, includes your set of instructions, includes your clear blocks. It includes your ink spots for all your stamping, and then as well it's got all your background papers to complete your 20 cards. It has the dimensionals for popping up your layers, coordinating envelopes for all 20 cards, paper embellishments, your card fronts, some pre-stamped images, and then some of the embellishments are peel and stick for even greater ease. What I like to do first to get started is sort all my cards together. So I'll start by first popping out all of the perforated stamped backgrounds. I will group them together with like images and continue until everything's popped out. This last sheet is the pieces that you need for stamping your greetings on. Now when I have everything popped out, I then like to fold all the card fronts on the pre-scored lines and use my bone folder to make a good solid crease. I typically will just fold one group at a time and then use the bone folder to give them a solid crease all at once. And then if there's peel and stick pieces for the cards, then I will just leave that till I'm ready to adhere them to the card. So I'm getting out my instructions and using the instructions in the pictures as a reference. And then I'm going to divide the 4 sets into their own groups. So I'm just making sure that each flower goes with the right background, each greeting is together. Not the greeting, but the papers for the greetings. And then when I'm ready, then I'm going to proceed with the stamping portion. In this particular kit, most of the stamping is the greetings. So again, I'll just use the instructions as a reference and stamp all the greetings at the same time. So included in your stamp kit are the stamping spots, which is great, but personally, I like to save these and use them when I use the Stamparatus. You can always apply refill to these spots as well, as you'll always have them. In this kit, the only color we are using is black, so I just grabbed my Memento black ink and I'm using that. Also keep it, I like to use my grid paper as a good reference. The grid lines are perfect for lining up the pieces straight along the lines before I stamp the greeting. Also, if I make a mistake, I can have a look to see if I have any leftover greeting papers. With this kit, there was lots of extra pieces. So I don't like the way that one turned out, so I'll just grab another piece of paper and restamp. So we'll go on to the next one, the thanks. Of course, if there aren't extras to some of the others, remember that there's 2 sides to every piece of paper. So with this one here, I didn't like the way it was. It wasn't dark enough, so I just flip it over and use the other side and restamp, and I'll make it right. Now I'm going to start assembly with the thanks card. So I'm using the directions and the pictures as my reference, and I see that this card has little designs on the card, so I'll stamp just one card first and then place the other piece on to see what it looks like. And then if it looks good, I'll stamp all the others basically the same way. After I've finished all the required stamping for this group, I'll see what's next, and then sometimes I'll do the first card entirely. Other times I'll be more methodical about adding the same piece on all the card fronts, and then continuing to the next piece until all they're done. So I'm constantly referring to the instruction sheet to make sure I don't miss out anything. So I'm just attaching the rest of all the peel and stick images. I'll show you that in a few minutes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to adhere the pre-stamped images, and I'm just going to use my tape runner for that. I'm using the dimensionals that were included in the kit to pop up the greeting. And looking at the instruction sheet, I see that we needed a bow for each of the cards using the copper twine. So I'm going to make all 5 of these first. And then once I have all 5 of them done, I'll then adhere them to the cards. You can use glue to attach your bows, but I'm going to use glue dots. These aren't included in your kit, but you can use your white liquid glue as well because it dries clear. So there you have it. I'll attach all these bows and then we're done this set of cards. I'll go on to the next card. And then again, as always, I'm referring to my instruction sheet to make sure I don't forget anything. So once again, I can first adhere all the peel and stick pieces to the front of the cards. Next, I see I am to have the copper twine behind the image. You can use your tape runner, but honestly I find that these glue dots will hold the twine and will be hidden by the greeting anyways. So I'll do one card and see if I like it and then make adjustments on the next one. I'll figure out where the pre-stamped image goes and then I'll just use tape runner to adhere the greeting. You can see as I go along and do each card that I get a bit bolder with the loops being larger. I have more space, I have more twine showing. Each card is the same but different, and it's your liking how much you see. Notice also that I'm using scissors to pick up the glue dots and put them on the card. If you haven't already noticed, I'm a bit of a lazy stamper, so I need scissors to cut the twine, so I may as well keep them in my hand, and I'll just use them for the glue dots as well. So again, I'm adding the glue dots, adding my twine. And I'll use dimensionals to pop up my image, and then I will use my tape runner to apply the greeting. And just repeat for all the rest of the cards as well. Now we're going to go on to the thank you card. I see that I need more twine behind these pre-stamped images too. So still using glue dots, I'll do the first card, see if it turns out the way it's supposed to. I'll use dimensionals to pop up the pre-stamped image, but I just realized too that the copper twine is at both ends of the flower, so I'll add more twine. Then I'll add my flower with the dimensionals, and then this time the greeting is a peel and stick, so I'll add that as well. Now that I figured out this card, I'll go on to do the rest of the 4. This is another reason I like to do the one card first. If I miss anything, it's easier to catch, and then I won't make that mistake again. Now, having said that, I shouldn't have used the word mistake because I don't think that there is such a thing. If something gets forgotten, it just creates a new opportunity for a different look. You can leave off the missing pieces, or you can add ribbon or bling or whatever works for the card that you are making at the time. So, no such thing as mistake. I like the glue dots. Like I said, you can just put them on and it'll stay there until I'm ready to go to the next phase, and it holds it perfectly in place. An interesting note to make here is that those peel and stick thank you greetings actually come in 3 languages, so you don't have to use the English if you don't want. Wouldn't it be nice if you had a friend that spoke French or German? You could surprise them with the French or German version of thank you. Lastly, for this card, it's calling for basic pearl embellishments to be added. So here's where I put my scissors away in exchange for the take your pick tool. I love this gadget. The one end has not one but 2 double-ended tools that come with it. This one has the paper piercer and mini spatula, and the other double-ended tool has a small and large stylus. You can also purchase separately the brush tip that will fit onto the one end as well. But this is a great tool for adding your pearls. Now on to the next card. I love this one. I liked how the stamped image carries over to the back side. Now once again, we're going to work on this card the same as all the others. Keep referring to my sheet to make sure that I don't forget anything. I need twine around the greeting on this one too, so I'll add that. I started out using the spatula end of this tool, but I didn't really like it, so I'm just using the paper piercing end because it just pokes underneath those dots and lifts right off to attach them to the card. I find that's much easier, but to each their own. Everybody's different what you like. So I can add all my greetings now using my dimensionals to pop them up over top of the twine. And then this one here has pearls as well. So I'll use my tool and I'll add 3 pearls to each card. And there you have it. 20 beautiful cards done and ready for giving. As an additional bonus, you will have extras that you can use too from your kit. You'll first off have the stamp set that you can keep forever. You've got lots of pearls left over that you can, you've got the lots of dimensionals, the copper twine. You've got the ink spot that you can use, and even the directions that you can use as a basic reference to make similar cards again down the road. And don't forget, you still have the clear block to add to your collection.